Hey guys, it's Friday morning. We're fixing to head down to the Pleasure Island Jeep Jam down at Carolina Beach, Kerr Beach, and Fort Fisher. LJ's all loaded up, so we're fixing to pull out. All right, it's Friday evening, and we just, this is our second time coming out to the show. We've been here earlier today. It was pouring down rain and all, but the LJ's here, about 3 hours from home. And of course, Crystal's here. So we're gonna go in and look at the vendors and all, go get something to eat after a while. Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow we'll be out on the beach, so that's where we'll be. We are headed out to Fort Fisher on the beach. Got everybody in tow behind me. Got Melissa over here. So we're going out to enjoy the day. Aired down to about 18 psi. For now, I'm still in two-wheel drive, so let's see how far we can go. Still kind of early out on the beach, so we just hanging out. We got our chairs turned, watch the Jeeps roll by as they come by today. Might have noticed as I walked by the Jeep, but the Jeep name is finally on. We got a guy down here to make us a decal. Bumble the LJ. Alright guys, so here at the show, it's a little bit windy, and I apologize if you're getting any type of wind noise or anything, but let's walk around a little bit. Of course, I got my LJ here in the show. Moving on down, I got Crystal's Jeep. Everybody standing around. Got a nice little TJ here. This LJ here has got it set up a little bit like Overland. So I'm going to talk to this guy a little bit, and we'll give a walk around of this LJ. All right, guys, I'm going to walk around this this yellow LJ now. I'm here with my friend Patrick.
Hi.
Patrick, tell me about yourself and your Jeep here.
Well, let's see. I'm a proud Jeep owner, as you know. As you can see, I started Jeep. I bought my first Jeep about 5 years ago, and it was an 06 LJ, and loved it. Fell in love with it, and then 2 months later, my hit on my Jeep search, this showed up. So I ended up buying this one too, unexpectedly, and they're both LJs. I love them. And this one here, his name is Woodstock, and it's my beach comber. Awesome. You can see I put both awnings on both sides. At the beach, there's no shade whatsoever. So now it has a lot of shades. And of course, I love the KC lights, the old CJ style KC lights, along with the Gobi roof rack. And I just installed my louvers here. So when it gets hot in the summertime, crawling on the beach, a lot of heat is generated under the hood. And this will vent a lot of the heat off and out of the engine compartment. But I have a Badlands winch. It's a 10K off-the-shelf Badlands. You can't go wrong with the Badlands. You really can't.
I have Badlands myself, so we're using those. And guys, I really like this hood louver. I have ordered one for my LJ. So that'll be an install video pretty soon, but I'll get back with Patrick, and this is his video, not mine.
Okay. And I try to keep my Jeep as Jeep looking stock as possible. And I think what I'm doing here, it kind of still gives you the same aspect that it's kind of a stock Jeep, but then again, it has some nice add-ons to it that makes everything a lot more comfortable for you while you're out and about.
Right. Excellent. So we'll walk around this Jeep a little bit. Like you said, he's got the daylighters up there, awnings on both sides, his duck collection. This is really a nice Jeep. I like the yellow, the bright colors and all.
I had to search high and low for half doors. I bought a pair of this one person had a AAV 2006 LJ for sale. Right. And he had that AEV Dodge Jeep Mopar bumpers. And I asked him, would you sell those bumpers? He goes, yes. I said, hold them. I spent 4 hours the next day driving up, picking them up, and taking 4 hours coming down home to get them. These doors, it took me 5 hours to go up and pick them, and 5 hours to drive back. So sometimes you would have to drive some distance to get what you want and what you need that you can't find in the immediate area. Right. And if you find something that you need and you want it, get it, because it might not be around. It'll be probably a long time before it shows up. Right, especially locally. The TJ, LJs. Everybody's looking for them. If you can find a top, you better buy it, because you ain't going to find it for long. Exactly. Grab it when you can. Same thing with these half doors. The half doors on my LJ, it took me forever to find them. I'm just lucky I found them in white. So. Oh well, they were done in Rhino liner. Oh yeah, so you had to do a lot of prep. Well, the paint shop goes, oh, we gotta blast this. Right. We can't get the stuff off. So I said, well, good. While you're blasting it, take it all apart. Take the inside panels out and just sandblast the whole front, indoor and outdoor, and just paint everything from scratch. And that's what they did. Right. They did a really good job too, managing up the pinstriping. And then in interior for my comm center, I have a GRMS radio, speaker box, and some other things hanging off the center console there. And my CB radio is over there. So, oh, yeah. So that GRMS radio is becoming a new CB. Right. And the thing is, so you gotta go online to the FCC and get your certificate, your call signs. And there's no training or training whatsoever or a test. It's just you got to go in and get yourself a call number.
Right, and I think the cost now is $35. When I did mine, it was $70.
It was
so
$70.
Yeah,
yes.
they cut it in half.
Oh, good.
So,
But I had to pay $70 too when I got mine.
Right. So yeah, GMRS is a really good way to go. And what's this guy's name?
Maui.
Maui?
Yes, brown beagle. He just got bit by a black widow spider, so it's a little swollen. He's under medication now, recovering.
Oh, that's an awesome name for a dog, Maui. That's the first time I heard that one. So what's your plans for your Jeep in the future? You're going to lift it, or you're going to leave it like it is? You're completely happy with it?
This is my my Jeep Comber. It's set up for wild trails and the beach and sand, and essentially it's going to be just the way you see it now.
Excellent.
And yeah, I'm just about there. You're never done with it, but I'm done with what I have to do so far. And I know there's some things that are popping up that I'm going to have to start doing also.
Excellent. Well, it is definitely a nice looking LJ. I love to see the LJs. I'm kind of partial to the LJs. I like my JKU and my TJ, but my LJ is my baby. So Patrick, I appreciate talking with you.
Yes.
So
thank you, Mark.
I'll give you some information. You can check out my channel and all that.
I definitely will.
All right.
Thank you
sir.
for coming by, sir.
All right, guys. So I'm standing here with Mark. So hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
So we're gonna walk around this Jeep a little bit. He's got it set up really, really well for Overland. So Mark, just tell me about your Jeep a little bit.
Okay, so it's a 2014 Willis Edition. Willis Edition is for the JKs. Has a 1-inch lift, which is a Rubicon lift, basically. That's what it comes standard. But it's 2014, and basically got it stock. I think it had a winch and the rack. Those were kind of key bonuses for me when I bought it. Bought it secondhand about a year and a half ago. So I've taken it and made it my own. And since I was former military Army, we always built these vehicles that were mission oriented, from cold weather extreme to hot weather.
Right,
so
exactly.
what I did is basically built that same kind of way with today's trends of overlanding, where you can take it anywhere, camp anywhere. That's what I really took to heart, and I built this with that in mind.
Right, excellent. So we'll walk around it. And guys, I apologize. They got the band going, so we're kind of fighting with all kinds of noise here. But let's walk around this Jeep and we'll take a look at it. So what kind of winch are you running?
So this is a Warren 8S winch that's under here.
Nice.
Covers just to keep it out of the elements.
Yep.
So this is a Smittybilt bumper that's been chopped off the horns and everything to make it more of a smaller profile.
Awesome.
I think super heavy, but it works well. So this is a unique part. This is actually a hood rack, and it only works on flat hoods for the JKs.
Right.
So I looked at that and basically found that, ordered that, so you can mount stuff. You don't want to get it too heavy. It can take a lot of weight, but you don't want it too heavy because you have to lift it if you have to get in your engine compartment.
Right.
Cut some vents in it. These were left over from a project I had for Jeep XJs. They're off of a Dodge Turbo in the late 80s or early 90s. The black things on the doors, those are, they call it an armor type of thing, but it's basically a very thick decal so that when you ride through trails, it brushes, the saplings will brush instead of leaving streaks, racing stripes they call them, in your car.
Right.
They'll hit that and you can take them apart.
So let's walk around on this side. Maybe we can kill some of that noise and we'll get under this awning. What kind of awning do you have?
So this is by Overland Pros. So this is a very unique awning. This is affordable in the awnings, but it's super heavy duty. It's about $1,000, and that's shipped. It's a 270 awning, goes all the way around, as you can see, and you can do it with light winds. You can just leave it without any support. And I have these guidelines, and there's poles that you can put in to make it, if it gets real windy, you can anchor it down. And there's also walls that can go in here, so it makes like a tent all the way around.
Excellent. And what rack are you using?
So I'm using the Gobi rack. The Gobi racks are really unique because they can go on soft tops or hard tops. They disconnect from the front mount where you see the light bar, but they also hinge up from the rear, so you can pull the hood, the rack, the hard top or soft top. You can basically adjust it.
Excellent. And what kind of tent are you using?
So if you look, this is it says right on there, Overland and inspired Overland. This is a economical tent, but it's super light compared to the other ones. It's 87 pounds, and it's simple, just a clamshell wedge, and it's 4 inches thick when it's closed, so it makes it very low profile. You'll see some of the older ones are 12 to 16 inches height when they're closed, so that makes it a little bit difficult to pass and stuff.
So guys, I'm just going to walk around this Jeep and show you the stuff that he was talking about. Looks like he's got the tire rack or the tire table here. He's got all kinds of stuff. The tire table and all, that's pretty interesting. I have one of those, the goby rack that he was talking about. Tailgate table. Got the gas tank, spare gas on the tire. So tell me about these.
Those are rotor packs. Basically, they're mounts for these. This one on doors look like this.
So they're mounted to the door hinge, so you don't have to put holes in your body.
Correct,
and that kind of
correct.
Stuff.
They're
Awesome.
removable, reversible. And this is a tray that was made by Rebel Off-Road. It's an aluminum tray. You take your glass out, you place this in it, silicone around it, some small bolts. And it's recessed about 1.5 inches in, so that this sits in here.
Nice.
These rotor packs you can carry. There's ones for fuel, there's ones for water. These ones are like a hinge, so this is for storage.
Right, so that's Rebel Off-Road for that mount there that holds the rotor packs.
All the lights on here are rough country lights. They're a dual purpose. There's the 4 that are white, and then there's a small 2-diode one. Really, it's not really bright, but it's bright enough at night that are amber, so it can light up around the vehicle. Interior, there's a variety of stuff too. So, up top I have molly racks up underneath. So there's here, the rear, and there's a shelf with that. So you can attach bags, military style bags to them and that sort of thing.
Excellent.
There's a small one here on this one. But if you see on the back, where the back seat was, I pulled it out. And then there's a rack, there's a shelf above the cargo area. It's also explained by
Excellent.
Molly.
So the VO switch you have up here, tell me about that. Do you like those? I'm thinking about buying one of those for my JKU.
Yeah, actually they're really good. They're economical, but they're the ones that are the most dependable for those. It's a light controller box or any electronic, but they have them in 6, 8, and that's an 8, and they have them in 12 also.
I'm thinking about buying the 6. I'm looking at the Switch Pros, but man, those things are expensive, and I want something a little bit more economical to get for that.
S pods and all that. They're equated to be at that level of quality, but the price is a lot more affordable.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. I walked around this Jeep a little bit. I want to say thanks to Mark for showing us around, so I appreciate it. All right, let's go look at some more Jeeps. I think I spot a LJ. Let's go take a look at it. Nice LJ here. Roll cage on the inside. Anti-rocks, worn. Radius arm lift. Poison spider. Hood louvers.
What about dogs?
I can figure out. All right, so we're just looking at this YJ here, and the owner, Mike, came up. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
How we doing, Kevin? Hey, everybody.
So tell me about your Jeep here.
So it's 89. I picked it up about 10 years ago, and I had in mind to do a conversion with a 350 Chev that I had laying around from an old camper, 1984 Class C motorhome. So I had that permanent parked, and it was rotting away, and I harvested the engine and transmission out of it. So it's a low compression truck engine, 350 with a turbo 400 behind it, and I rebuilt it and was waiting around for a vehicle to come along, and this 89 YJ appeared in my life about 10 years ago. So we married it up together, and it's a work in progress.
Awesome. So me and my buddy Jason, we're looking at getting a couple of YJs just because you can buy them a lot more reasonable.
Yes, sir.
You can drop any engine in it you want. You don't have to worry about emissions or anything. So,
Exactly.
This is really, really clean. How long has it been since you painted it?
It's been 4 years now.
It's really, really clean paint.
Thank you. I found.
What axles are you running?
So it's the original 308s. I'm embarrassed to say, but honestly, at highway speeds, you know, at about 70 miles an hour, it's only tacking about 1900. So I mean, it's loping along. It's got plenty of torque. It works fine.
Right.
You know, we already talked about it, but you know, the leaf spring arrangement on the old YJs, you know, for a budget-minded person like myself, works fine off-road, and it goes down the straight. It goes straight and smooth down the road. So
Excellent. So yeah, with the original gears and all in there, the V8 power, it compensates for a lot of that. Now you're running what size tires?
they're 33s.
33.
Yeah, 12.5 by 33s.
Nice. All right, well I appreciate talking with you.
Absolutely.
All right, now here we are with your show and town winners. Your TJ and LJ is number 4.
What number were you? Number
Head over
4.
to the O'Reilly's tent. We're gonna get a picture and you're gonna get your swag and stuff over there.
Good? You're gonna look good?
All right, we got some D shackles from CDT. All right, this one's going to 150-1005. 150-1005.
Have you on the other side of that bucket there? Over here on that side. Get out of her way. Pictures.
150-1005. Just watch that. Ready to get us $50.
All right, everybody's packing up. So I guess we'll go ahead and pack up. It was pretty nice coming out here. We had a good time. We'll go out and eat in a little bit. What's that? More to come, she said. So we had a good time here. It was fun just coming out and hanging out, talking to some people. We did win first place in the LJTJ. The band is really good. There's a couple of different bands out here. They're a little bit loud, like you can hear them in the background now. I wish it was a little bit quieter, but you know, it's a show. So you know, there again, you're glad that it's loud enough that you can hear it wherever you go. So let's pack it up and go get something to eat. Time to eat. Melissa, where are we eating at?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
You hungry?
Are you kidding me?
You hungry?
Yes.
Gotta keep this figure going.
Takes a lot to maintain that, doesn't
It does.
All right. Over here to the Buffalo Wild Wings.
So we're back at the house, and as usual, we had a great time. It's always fun to go to these shows, especially this one. It's out on the beach. You get to drive around in the sand and all that. So I'd like to thank all the guys and volunteers and whoever puts on that show down at Pleasure Island Jeep Jam. It's a lot of fun, and we plan on going back next year. Some of these shows, though, are always held in touristy type areas, and man, it's expensive, you know, $200 or $300 a night for motels and all that. So I get my buddies together and we go and we rent a house, and that's how we can make the weekend a little bit cheaper, split the cost up on a house. So I wish that we could find some places to go that didn't cost so much. Just because you've got a Jeep don't mean that you want to spend $200, $300 to go to a show. But anyway, we had a really good time. And guys, I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe if you like my content. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.